This next question is about your work with universities. So you work at the UFMKC, correct? Mm-hmm. The Innovation Center. So tell us, what role do universities play in this space, and
Sure.
why universities are important to this?
Yeah, I work for the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and universities play in just a variety of different ways in this environment that we're talking about. First of all, a lot of universities do research. And a lot of that research can be translated out into the community to create new businesses. We had a technology transfer out of UMKC thanks to some of the work that we were doing in entrepreneurship. And it turned into a company that sold for $100 million, and their team is still there and growing by leaps and bounds. And so that's one way that they play. And I think the importance is universities, especially big ones like ours, we have, 13,000 students and another 3,000 or 4,000 people that work there, right? It's hard to understand how to engage, but if you can engage with the universities and really understand what they have and walk the labs, you can actually do some really cool things with the entrepreneurs. So connecting entrepreneurs to research is a really important thing to take a look at. Also, universities generate the workforce of their communities, right? And one of the things that universities did not teach back in the 1990s was entrepreneurship. Today, 45% of B school students are considering starting a business when they leave. Okay, so it's a big, entrepreneurship has become a mainstream field of study out of these universities. Students are graduating expecting to start businesses, and they're learning and connecting with people prior to their graduation that can make that happen. Mm-hmm. So I think that's important. And the other thing is the universities, again, we are the 4th largest employer in Kansas City.
Wow.
Right? So you might look at where your university fits just within the corporate structure. You never think about it that way, right? Because you think, universities are universities and corporations or something else. Well, we're the 4th largest employer in Kansas City. So it becomes, if you could teach all the people what you're doing in entrepreneurship that just work at the university, think what you could do, right? So I think that you see that effort as well. And then quite a number of technical assistance resources are associated with universities. Our small business development centers typically are associated, for instance, with the university. And because the university is in education, they're often offering both credit and non-credit instruction in entrepreneurship. They're also amazing pools of connectivity. So if you work for a university, you find that there's an advisory board for everything. And there's an alumni group, right? And so if the alumni are interested in entrepreneurship, or the advisory boards are interested in entrepreneurship, then you can connect that in. That's another place. And I can't say that even we have cracked all of that nut at this point, but when you think about your educational system and how it fits into the ecosystem, you should think about them as every piece of it and how you can make the connection to it.
Mm-hmm. How are the universities encouraging and stimulating ideation with the students? Is it through classes, organizations? Are you playing a role in this?
Sure. A lot of universities create ideation by their extracurriculars. Mm-hmm. Okay, so a lot of it may be happening in the classroom itself, although there's a lot of theory there. Mm-hmm. But you'll see things like idea competitions, venture challenge competitions, are places where you'll see a lot of ideation. Mm-hmm. And then certainly a lot of grad students that are sitting in laboratories, they're really encouraging the grad students to think about what they're building as far as commercialization. Mm-hmm. And then different schools will, within universities, like if you have a good applied engineering school, there's stuff just rolling out of there all the time, right? There's just a lot of ideas going on there. But the other thing that's interesting is that the faculty members who are doing research generally are at the front end of the research, and they know the people that are working in that research that are within the larger corporations and different places. And so there's a great deal of connectivity just between the researcher themselves and knowing not only the research community around what's going on, but the application community as well. And so there's some interesting connections there
That
too.
is interesting. That's something I think we could utilize a lot here.
Yeah, you'd be surprised who they know.
Yeah.